Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Jackie and it's been a while. I'm not going to say too much. Life took over, the day job took over, my mojo disappeared a little bit. Yeah, one thing and another. It's been a couple of months I think since I've uploaded anything. Getting back into the swing of it a little bit. The other thing I'm having to do at the moment is downsize my craft room. If you can hear a noise, it's Molly. She's just to the side of me here, on the desk above the radiator. Yes, trying to downsize my craft room, which is a big job. Getting rid of quite a lot of stuff, which is tricky, but I'm getting there. So I have got new journals to share with you. I've got a number, I think there's probably 6 or 7 altogether, but I'm only going to put them up. They still need a few finishing touches, so as I finish them I will be putting them into the Etsy shop. So if you're watching this video, it'll be in the Etsy shop. If it's not there, it's been sold. Thank you everybody for your ongoing support. I do really appreciate it. So this journal is 5.5 by 8. It's a single signature. It's cardstock over canvas, and it's quite full. This is Stamperia paper, and I've used this pretty sari ribbon to tie it. So let's have a look inside. Just eyelets. I usually show this sort of view, so you can just see how it wrinkles at the back here. It's a bit more of the canvas on the spine there. So inside we have a pocket with a vintage Christmas card. It's not been signed, that one, but I liked the way the colours looked. This label is covering the brads at the back there. Little tuck here. This is just collaged on with some loose Austrian stamps and a little what do we call this, slightly altered postcard and a fabric tab there. This is some vintage embroidery paper. In this pocket I put a little bit of dry embossed collage there, and then we've got a journal card, some tea dyed paper, 1955 document, whoops, and a tag that I put together, some more of that dry embossing. I think when I was making these I was in a dry embossing mood. That's on that side, and it's just, you don't really need the paper clip, but I'm a lover of things being neat and tidy, I guess. That just holds everything together. She says, do the next page together, there we go. This is an Edith Holden, and I've just done a little collage down there. This is another pocket reinforced with some lace and a dangle, and in here we've got this is from a French magazine, a page from a French magazine, and another card just dressed up with a little bit of vintage lace. Again, that will hold, but the paper clip just makes it sure. And I've put a little bit of sari silk on the bottom here. This is some stenciling. This is an old document. There's a little bit of embossing here that is original to the document. In this pocket there is some vintage ledger paper, just a small piece. A computer card and a postcard. I can see the date on there. I think it might be 1912, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. And this page is that French magazine, and I've backed it onto squared paper. I've also included in this book the whole of the poem from the Edith Holden book, the Golden Rowan poem, which I really, really like. This is just a flap and a journal card. dangle there with, that's from a Tim Holtz collection. In this double pocket I've got a document, don't know if there's a date on that, 1954 maybe. Refers to other dates, but I think the latest is 1954 on there. And then in this pocket I've just put some little tags together. This is my grandmother. So we might call this journal Elsie, and a vintage photograph. This is a document from the 1880s, and on this side I have a magazine page from Good Housekeeping magazine. And the journal card is made from a magazine picture that I really liked. This is from the Benningfield Countryside book. It's another of those poems. It goes in order, the stanzas go in order. In this one, tea-dyed doily and a letter. It says, I liked this, it says, "My dear Alina, I'm sending you 2 little dresses for the fat baby." 2 lace collars that were given to Polly by an old lady before she joined the sisterhood, which I thought you might like as they are real. And the Badger sends I think it says birds for you. It's hard to read that. I made the dresses for the baby to wear when it gets older, as I'm not used to work. I did not, and then I haven't got the rest of that letter, unfortunately, but it'd be nice to know who the fat baby was. Most babies are a little bit plump, aren't they? And then on this side, this is an envelope that I've folded round the page, and I've just tucked some book pages from a French school book in there, and what looked to me like a schoolgirl. Just a little collage there, a ruffle. This page is a birthday card, just folded round, and there's another postcard and a piece from a cigarette album and another of those stanzas. This is from a calendar made up of vintage photographs from the East End of London, like these children's faces. Got a lace over vellum pocket. It's another Good Housekeeping magazine page, full page, and a document from 1884. Another little dangle. In the centre we've got a botanical. This is the other side of that calendar page. I've just done some fussy cutting here on this old library card, and a ruffle along the bottom. This is just a printable that I quite liked, that I've put onto piano roll paper. Just popped it around this page. A bit more dry embossing. This is an old book. This is a gardening book that I've made into a pocket, and a collaged tag there. Another dangle. This is the other side of that double page. That's from the French magazine, and this is just some pretty pink note paper. I like the way it toned in with the colours. There's another postcard from 1917, and this is from Good Housekeeping magazine. This is about ringers, which I remember my grandmother having, although hers was electric, I think you plugged it in. It was still fun to use with her. This is a cabinet card. There's another cabinet card in here. 2 little boys on that one. and another of those cigarette album tags, if you like. Nearly at the end. More of that. This is yep, another page of, or half a page from an old embroidery newspaper, and a couple of vintage photographs in this pocket. It'll dangle there. In this one, it's a belly band, and I put in some ledger paper, a 1919 document, this is some vintage French paper, and a pretty envelope. I don't think that's vintage, although it's not, it's definitely not new. It's in there, and then we're on the back page, which is the final stanza of that poem. So that's Elsie. If you like her, as I say, she'll be in the shop. Thank you.